Hey, good to see you again. Thanks for coming back to explore with me. And if you are new to this channel, thanks so much for stopping by. I am out here in the woodland on the hunt for mushrooms, chasing that perfect macro shot. Spoiler alert, later in this video I'll find one of my bucket list mushroom and create some nice minimalistic photograph of it. So I want to just make a starter image of this beautiful little scene that I found. I just want to get a quick, nice composition before I head on to find a better one. I've searched this woodland part for a little bit now, and I found a lot of mushrooms, but not the ones I want to document with my camera. But these ones I want to take a quick shot. So in many cases you want to smooth out the background, but when I go from this original aperture of f8 and down to f4, 2.8, you see I lose all the details behind my mushrooms. I'm using the natural lights, and I have that beautiful light in the background because I think it creates some stunning, nice bokeh. Instead of smoothing out the background, I want to include that bokeh-ish vibe you get from the beautiful light hitting the textures behind it. So yeah, it's intentional this. I want to catch that woodland vibe, and I think this image really catch the essence of it. So this one thing that I noticed in my recent weeks with this macro photography is that I don't feel like I give my subjects enough breathing space. I think I get sometimes too close to my mushrooms. Image I take now, I give them a lot of negative space and breathing room. Every turn seemed to unveil another hidden subject, each one more peculiar and photogenic than the last. It was as though the forest was guiding me, offering up treasures to anyone willing to slow down and notice. What I didn't know at the time was that this journey would lead me to one of the bucket list photographs I've been chasing for years, but I'll share that moment with you later in the video. It was about time that I tried to create another image. I was so far into the woodlands now. I'm looking for that red agaric for a photograph, but this is very interesting. And yet again I want to give it a little bit more breathing room, so I get very far away from my subject. So I have this good distance to my subject because I use a 100mm macro lens, and I want to create a little bit more wide angle feeling. So I need to put my camera slightly away from the subject. The beautiful light we had in the background in my third composition here is starting to fade away because the sun is moving, so it's not catching light. That tree is there now, but it's probably too late. I noticed when I was doing my focus stack that the light changed and it made the highlight clipping so it will not look pretty when you stitch it together. Hopefully I got one decent image with not blown out highlights. Because the light is gone from this subject. And that beautiful backlit trees are not backlit anymore. So this is a scene where I probably would have used the natural light with the Helios. I cannot fix it with LEDs in this particular comp. I think it's better to just go on and find another composition. Hopefully a red agaric. The moment I stop to catch my breath, I realize the ground around me is alive with tiny worlds. Mushrooms of every shape and size are tucked into the moss, hidden under leaves, growing from fallen logs. It reminds me that the forest is full of wonders, but you only see them when you take the time to slow down. I bring myself some cookies for breakfast today. This is my view. This resembles more and more about a fall scouting. So I walked a big circle in this woodland, following the many pathways, and I only found 2 subjects that I want to work with today. So I wish I could find anything more interesting. But yeah, I've been photographing mushrooms for the last month, and yeah, if I see something that I've already tried to create a photograph of, I simply walk past it now, because I'm looking for that rare and special ones, or something new that I have not photographed before. I just set up a couple of LEDs on the mushroom. I don't want to have the sun to creep in behind the trees. I had to bring out the tripod to lift the camera slightly above the ground, and I couldn't do it handheld. It would not be stable enough. So in this case I had to use this. But I also rushed because of the light, because the sun is directly behind the mushroom, so it really affects the background. And now at this exact moment there's slightly dark background. I think that can work. 5-second timer now because of the shakes. Okay, yeah, the camera just stopped shaking right before the shot gets taken. So I magnify into just to be sure. Finally I got to use the lights. I felt it was necessary here because the mushroom is in the shadows. I will create a handheld focus stack of this tiny spike mushroom. I just increased my ISO to 500. That gave me a shutter speed of 1/10 seconds. So it's a fairly slow shutter speed. I do it like this because I don't think it's a particularly good photograph, but I just love to show this mushroom to you guys. It's something else different. I've changed my mind now. I go grab my entire rig here, including my remote shutter. I think maybe after further inspection, I think with these spores and the green moss, I think this composition looks very nice. So I want to be sure that I can capture a great photo of it. Put up some light from both sides and do a focus stack of this mushroom on my tripod. So let's see how this image turned out. So I found another on my bucket list here that I want to photograph. This is another favorite of mine, coral mushrooms. I've actually been looking for that, but this is not the best looking, and we have this mushroom beside it. But yeah, it's a very nice mushroom. And so yeah, I put up my camera here for filming a cluster, and right behind me here is also a nice little batch of this coral mushrooms. This might have some potential for a photograph. I will look further and find more of this. This really gives my hopes up for the coral mushroom. I found another one here. Where there is one, it's usually more. So I decided to go for this one coral cluster that I found on this trunk. I think that looks great because you also have that nice mossy trunk in the background. I cleaned the scene just a little bit underneath because there was some debris from the spruce, and I think it looks way better with that earthy color under. So yeah, the shutter speed is fairly slow, 1/2.5 seconds, ISO 64, and the aperture of f4 because that's the sharpest. I use my remote shutter now, and I'm just sitting like this, squatting. So yeah, a good exercise and another nice composition. So I went back to my first find, and I found out that this gives off a slightly minimalistic feeling when I go deep down in the moss. And yeah, just to make sure that the image turned out to be great, I put it on my tripod because I think this has some potential, this image. So I tried to play a little bit around with this. I think I prefer the slightly warm tones. And I tried to have the light evenly out in the foreground, in the bottom of the frame, and the top is green. So it's all about that two color contrasts. So what I really like about this composition is the minimalistic approach. There's no clutter, there's nothing that distracts you from the subject. So it's very much in the center of attention. I chose to include some of the grass just to showcase a little bit of the environment. And I don't think they will distract you from the subject because it's really standing out. I also wanted to try out different colors, orange and blue tones, complement coloring to the mushroom with the background, and some more soft lights. I think the soft lights is my preferred way of lighting my subjects. I think that looks more natural. As usual, all the best happens around the time you are supposed to go back. I found these corals, this beautiful brown mushroom. No red agaric today, the one that I was looking for, and the reason why the beginning of this vlog was a little bit slow, because I didn't find anything to photograph. So I know I'm not alone about passion with mushrooms and macro photography. I really want to hear your ideas. Please give me some tips if you see something that I can improve on. If you think if you have any ideas about how I can approach my scenes in a different way, I'm up for trying new things. So yeah, please. I want to grow as a photographer. I guess what I want to say is, if you can help me become a better photographer, and we can share advice and tips down in the comment section. I know there's more people that are wanting to learn, so please, that engagement is good. I think creating that community where we can share tips and give each other advice, I think it's really nice. And by far YouTube has proven to be the best platform doing so, and I just love hearing from you guys. So please do not stop with that. I think it's very interesting to read your ideas, and yeah, continue sharing. Sharing is caring. Thank you so much for watching this episode. I hope you like it. And until next time, out.